Daddy, will you teach us a song that reminds me of ZZ Top and the Foo Fighters? Please? Hello everyone, I hope you're ready to get cracking on this second layer of this tune. The song's called Spring Shuffle in B minor. Really doesn't matter about the title. What's most important is the actual rhythm. So last week we started looking at the shuffle rhythm. This week we're working on this cool riff that we're using double stops with. So make sure you're in tune, we're getting started. We're going to be using the D and G strings for these double stops. The first double stop is going to be on D7 and G7. And what we're going to do is we're going to slide back into it. So if my finger 2 is taking care of the root on B, that's on E7, my ring finger is going to take care of D7 and G7 at the same time. So you want to use that side part of your finger to hold down both strings. And you're going to slide to 9 and then come back. So we have... So the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to hit root twice, then do the double stop slide, then hit the root again, and then hit this double stop again. Next double stop is going to be the D4 and G6. I'm going to use fingers 1 and 4. You totally can use fingers 1 and 3. I'm going to use the middle finger for the D note. So that's going to be on A5. So it's going to be middle on A5, index on D4, and pinky on G6. And we're going to do this. So if you want to practice just that right there, that's perfectly fine. Because the most important thing is the punchiness of those double stops. So we've gotten that taken care of, and the next thing we're going to be doing is the E with finger 3 with the ring finger on A7, and then we're going to be using the index on D5 and the pinky on G7, and we're going to do another slide and then come back. So once again, it's got that same exact rhythm that you used in the first set of double stops. So we're going over here to D2 and G2, and we're going to be playing middle finger on E3. That's going to be the G note. So when you put that together, you have this. So once again, our roots are... We went over that last week, and if you don't know where we are, check this out. Every month, I do a new lesson in the form of a song that you can learn a musical concept and technique through. And every week we add a layer into the song. So if you're new with us, that's how we roll, and we're all getting better as a community, and I would highly encourage you to subscribe so you can get better with us. Now that we're adding our roots and our double stops together, they sound like this. So that's the main riff right there. Now, when we get into this middle part, we got index on E7, index on E9, middle on E10, and then we're going to use index on A9, and then we're crossing down and barring down to D9. So those two notes. Then we're going to start it back over. So now we're on index D9, D11, D12, G11. So these two notes, and then these two notes. Then we're on G12, and then G9. We do all that again, and when we get to G12, we go to G13. And that's giving us the sound of E major instead of E minor. So if you were to put this in chord form, you'd have B minor, G, E minor, B minor, G, E major. And our lead guitar is going to be doing this really cool thing right here. So let's make sure that the punchiness of this is set up. So what we're doing is we're using a hammer-on from D7 to D9, and that's our A to our B note. And we're doing, and then we're going from G7 to G6. And in between, we're adding these. So we got. Now that can be a little tricky, so you might want to practice like getting this one. So hammer on, hit, then do that slide. Then we're going. Same thing. And then we're going from G9 to G7. And then instead of doing the fourth one, we're going to go and we're going to go G9, A9, A10, D8. And that's our walk up to get us back into our final part of the song. And at the very end, we're going to play this blues scale. Okay, so the B minor blues scale has a flat fifth. So let's go over the note. B, D, E, F, F sharp, A, B. So that F is the actual flat five. And what we're going to do is we're going to descend it from the flat 5 first. We're going to be on G10, then G9, G7, D9, D7, A9, A8, A7, then we're going to A5. That way we can get ourselves in position to do our last 3 notes. So we're going to go E7, E5, E6. Now that's not actually in the scale, but it's using chromatic enclosure to get back to our B. So when we put that together, we have. And we're going to play that with like a quarter note triplet. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. like that. Also, we got some really cool lead line ideas that we can use, so make sure that you stay tuned for that. And if you want to know some more cool things that we're up to, check out these playlists. Y'all have a blessed weekend, and we'll talk to you soon.